Hello, my friends. Some idioms are born from battles, others from books. But today, we're diving into phrases that carry the voices of Native American history. These idioms echo traditions, misunderstandings, and sometimes stereotypes, yet they all became part of everyday English. Let's uncover the truth behind them. The first idiom, bury the hatchet origin. This idiom comes directly from Native American traditions. Among several tribes, especially the Iroquois, burying weapons, literally placing hatchets or tomahawks into the ground, was part of a peace ceremony. When rival tribes agreed to end fighting, they symbolically buried their hatchets, showing that war was over and peace had begun. When European settlers encountered this ritual, the phrase entered English and eventually became a metaphor. By the 1700s, bury the hatchet no longer meant a real ceremony, but to make peace, reconcile, or forgive after conflict. It's one of the clearest examples of a native custom that left a permanent mark on English. Examples in context. After years of rivalry, the two families decided to bury the hatchet. She called her old friend to bury the hatchet after their fight. Nations often struggle to truly bury the hatchet after wars. Peace through symbols is powerful, but sometimes words themselves can cut like weapons. That brings us to the next idiom. The second idiom, speak with a forked tongue origin. This expression was originally used by Native Americans to describe deceitful speech. A forked tongue symbolized someone who spoke one thing but meant another, like the split tongue of a snake. It carried the idea of dishonesty, betrayal, and broken promises. European settlers picked up the phrase during times of fragile treaties and negotiations. To Native Americans, colonial leaders often spoke with forked tongues, promising friendship while secretly planning conquest. Over time, the idiom entered English as a vivid metaphor for lying or speaking insincerely. Examples in context. Politicians are often accused of speaking with a forked tongue. He promised loyalty, but he was speaking with a forked tongue. The deal sounded good, but the salesman spoke with a forked tongue. If lies can wound, then beliefs can comfort. And one idiom takes us directly into the spiritual world of Native tradition. The third idiom, happy hunting ground origin. For many Native American tribes, the afterlife was imagined as a perfect place where hunting was plentiful, food was abundant, and life was free from hardship. This paradise became known to English speakers as the happy hunting ground. The phrase was first recorded by European settlers who tried to describe Native beliefs about the afterlife. Unfortunately, it was often simplified or romanticized. Still, the idiom kept its poetic meaning, a place of eternal peace and abundance, especially after death. It reminds us how spiritual traditions were reshaped through the lens of English, carrying both respect and stereotype. Examples in context. After his passing, they said he went to the happy hunting ground. The old cowboy joked that his horse would meet him in the happy hunting ground. After the beloved family dog passed away, they said he had gone to the happy hunting ground. But not all idioms carried respect. Some became labels, reflecting cultural misunderstandings. The next one is more controversial. The fourth idiom, Indian giver origin. This phrase has a problematic history. It originated during early trade between Native Americans and European settlers. In many Native cultures, giving was part of a cycle of exchange. Gifts were not permanent possessions, but part of an ongoing relationship. If one side failed to reciprocate, the gift might be taken back. Settlers misunderstood this cultural practice and mocked it, inventing the term Indian giver to mean someone who gives a gift and then takes it back. Today, the idiom is widely recognized as offensive since it distorts Native generosity into something negative. Still, it remains a reminder of how cultural clashes shaped language. Examples in context. As a child, he was called an Indian giver for taking back a toy. She gave him her old video game, but when he didn't play it the way she wanted, she took it back. What a real Indian giver. He promised to donate the money, but later asked for it back, acting like an Indian giver. And finally, some idioms turn whole communities into metaphors. Our last one reflects leadership, but with a twist of irony. The fifth idiom, too many chiefs and not enough Indians origin. This expression emerged in the early 20th century, using Native imagery to describe organizational problems. The idea is simple. If everyone wants to be the chief, no one is left to do the actual work. While it became popular in business and military slang, the phrase also reflects stereotypes, reducing native cultures to a simple chief versus Indian image. Still, it survived because of its usefulness. It paints a clear picture of imbalance between leaders and followers. It's a phrase that shows how language can both illuminate and oversimplify cultures at the same time. Examples and context. The project failed because there were too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Our team meetings feel like too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Success requires balance, not too many chiefs and not too few doers. So today, we traveled through 5 idioms shaped by Native American culture: bury the hatchet, speak with a forked tongue, happy hunting ground, Indian giver, and too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Each one carries a story of peace, mistrust, belief, trade, or leadership, and each one reminds us how language is a mirror of history, both respectful and flawed. Dear friends, which idiom surprised you the most? Write it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the hidden past of English.